greatest resource, Lake Erie, of course, remains out of reach for some young people, even some growing up just minutes from the lake. But we found a local program that's putting into practice a solution to that problem, and at the same time, cleaning up our lake and river. Brian Duffy has the story tonight.
A boat captain at barely 20 years old, Quentin Oliver often wonders how he ended up here.
At 11 and 12 years old, I had never been on the water at all. I never imagined driving boats or doing anything of this sort.
But here he is. Oliver is a captain with a license to navigate 25-ton vessels on Lake Erie and the Cuyahoga River. So how did he get here? Hard work, but also because of the relationship between the Cleveland School's Davis Aerospace and Maritime High School and a company called Argonaut. Argonaut is committed to giving underprivileged students, and every student in the school is economically disadvantaged, an opportunity to learn and work on the water. Captain Drew Ferguson is the CEO of Argonaut.
You know, this is a kid who grows up within a mile of Lake Erie their whole lives and doesn't have enough opportunity out there.
The idea behind the partnership dives deeper than simply providing exposure to the lake. It's a path to a maritime career, one potential solution to a decades-old problem here. Not enough opportunity for students in difficult financial circumstances to find jobs in good-paying fields. Aiden Hall is Argonaut's lead captain.
A lot of careers on the water, things from working in marinas to driving boats to driving the freighters and the tugboats that work out on the Cuyahoga and in the Lake Erie and the rest of the Great Lakes.
There's even more. These students monitor lake conditions by checking Cleveland Water Alliance buoys for water levels, temperature, and pollution as an introduction to technical skills. Technical skills that could send a student on the path to a career as a treatment plant operator or engineer, or maybe as an environmental specialist or scientist or irrigation specialist.
Temperature readings, what's that mean to a kid growing up in Cleveland unless they see it every day and they start to make meaningful connections?
And the students are providing a solution to another problem. We know the environmental history of the river and the lake. They were filthy after years of abuse. Hard work and environmental intervention has led to significant water quality improvement, but alarming issues remain. Plastics right now appear to be a serious hazard to our health and the economies of the boating and fishing industry. According to the Lake Erie Foundation, Lake Erie, the second smallest of the Great Lakes, has the second highest concentration of plastic particles of the 5 Great Lakes and one of the highest microplastic concentrations in the world. These students spend a good deal of their time on Cleveland Port Authority vessels learning to clean plastics, seagrass, and trash out of the water.
Not only are we preparing them for futures, but we're really handing over the responsibility of maintaining this fantastic resource.
And they are getting results. According to Argonaut, these students pull 300,000 pounds of garbage out of the lake and river every year. And that's just in Cleveland.
I can only think of maybe 1 or 2 other high schools in the country that do something like this, and it's a massively unique, awesome experience for a lot of these high school kids.
And while it is a unique student experience, it's not easy work, and the hours are long. And students must pass the traditional core curriculum. To work their way to captain, like Quentin Oliver, it takes 360 days, 5 hours a day to get that license. And who knows, maybe someday he'll captain a barge like this right down our crooked river.
I never knew that these careers even existed growing up. When I went to Davis, they provided opportunities for us to go on the water, and I kind of explored it, dipped my toe in it, and kind of fell in love with it.
Great story there. That was Brian Duffy reporting. Now, this opportunity is available to this year's incoming class, giving them a chance to literally get their feet wet in everything Lake Erie has to offer. It's a chance for kids to find out if it's something they're interested in and perhaps an early investment into their future.